the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. However, with the Spotify, you can stream your music using Spotify on your PlayStation. Meaning you could, jam out on your game, without having to,
Yeah.
There's even like on the PlayStation 4. There's like a quick playlist. How do you call it? On your main menu.
Yeah.
If you hold down the PlayStation button, you could quickly just see music playing on your Spotify, and so that means you could play music and quickly get back in your game. In less than 5 seconds.
Yeah. And you can control the volume that the music is playing at compared to the volume of other things in your headphones. I have a Vizio TV. It's one of the older models. It's not like one of the newer ones, but I had gotten it back, I think sophomore year of high school.
Right.
And I was surprised that I can cast things to my phone like YouTube and stuff. And then one day I was using Spotify and I said cast to bedroom TV, and I was like, what? I did it. My TV turned on and it's playing the music that I was listening to. So yeah, that's one thing I wish Apple would do, is open up the door to stream, because another one I forgot to mention. I don't know if you can connect your Apple Music to Twitch, but I know you can connect your Spotify to Twitch when you're streaming and have music playing, for not only yourself but the stream, for people who are watching. And you can have it set so that it shows what songs are playing, what songs have been playing,
Yeah.
it shows the history of what's been playing, and it shows what's currently playing, and they had originally gotten kind of into a dispute, you remember that, about what music can be played on Twitch, but I think they've sort of solved that by now, because I just see any streamer really listening to music and not really getting into any issues with the DMCA. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spotify, like you said, it's definitely another area I'd have to give it an up, is that you're able to connect it to more, because again, most of my music I would say is on Apple compared to Spotify. So it's when I want to go play video games, I have to choose between wanting to hear the sounds in the game or wanting to hear my music,
Yeah.
And some people might say, why do you want to listen to the sounds in the game? Well, it's because for a lot of the games we play, sound is a key part,
Exactly.
When you're playing Rainbow, you have to be able to hear, because you need to know if you can hear footsteps of who's coming around the corner, right?
Yeah.
I will say though, personal experiences, you did mention, the streaming quality and stuff. I will say though, one of the big issues I had with Spotify, which is one of the reasons why I was glad that I was able to go back to Apple Music, thanks to a friend willing to add me to his Apple family so I could get it, what's it called, was that whenever I would use Spotify, there would be times where it would just randomly pause the music. It would randomly stop playing the music and stuff. And I always tried to look into how to solve it, logging out, logging back in, closing apps, shutting down my phone. But there would just be periods of time where it would just continually pause and pause and pause with no other outside factors, I was on stable connection. And if I wasn't on stable connections, it was songs that I had downloaded so that they can play offline, And so I was just I would say that's at least one of my negative experiences with Spotify, was random issues like that,
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's a common issue with people, but that was an issue I had a lot with Spotify.
Right. I mean, also want to add, since you had to explain the fact that you had to be part of a family plan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, also want to add the overall consensus that Apple wants to make music. I mean, wants to make money. So, to those who don't know, I'm pretty sure Jack already explained this, but in order to use Apple Music, you have to pay $9.99 a month, or $4.99 a month for students. However, for Spotify, it's completely free. I mean, although yes, there is the only
premium
where you can only listen to music. If you want to listen to music for free, you have to do it through shuffle, meaning that you can't listen to your own preferred song. Which yes,
if you're on mobile.
If you're on mobile. However, if you're on a laptop, you can select your own music, individual songs, and like ads come in like for mobile ads come in like every 6 songs, I believe, and you only get to have like 6 skips for mobile. While on computer and PC, Spotify it works by you being able to select your own songs, and ads come in. I'm not sure what the intervals for ads come in, but the overall census is that Spotify is free, and there is a premium mode if you want it, and you get like a 1 month free, trial. However, for Apple Music, you have to pay money.
Well, so, here's what I'll say.
A month too.
There's 2 options for Apple, and they both involve money. Spotify has the free version. Apple, it's either you buy the songs off the iTunes store, or you get Apple Music for $9.99 a month if you're not a student, or you do a family plan. And what's it called? And you're able to add that music, all the music you want for free technically, because you're not having to pay, what is it, like the $1.30 for each song,
Yeah.
But look, we all know it's a meme, but I have to bring it up. What would you rather do? Of course, this is if you have the money to spare, if you have that luxury, to have extra money to be able to use on something like Apple or Spotify, right?
Right.
Would you rather $9.99 for Apple, so that when you're on the go, on your phone, you're just able to play music as you go? Or would you rather save the money to not spend it on Spotify Premium, just stick with the shuffle, playing the songs, and then suffer the fate where, let's say you're driving out with friends or someone,
right,
and they give you the aux and you go to play the music, and all you hear is, want a break from the ads? What do you...
Okay, all right. You have a point. You have a point there.
I would say that's the biggest case people will make for not wanting to go. Or I think, I think this is why, as much as people would say, Spotify's not in it for the money if they're offering a free version, right? I think the free version and the amount of ads they give is further proof of Spotify wanting to make money. Because they do that, they put you in situations like that, where at that point you just think to yourself, at this point I'd rather like spare myself from all these ads, spare myself from not being able to play the music I want to play, because obviously you mentioned mobile has the shuffle all, and just spend that extra $10 a month to just be able to do it ad free,
Yeah, point.
Which, in a sense, both companies want the money, because Apple, one, doesn't offer you a free version, and Spotify offers you a free version, but it's significantly worse than the premium version.
You have a point. I mean, I think there's a bit of a loophole when it comes to Spotify. It takes extra steps, but you could basically have... yes, you still have to go through the ads. But I think if you want to individually pick out a song you want, you have to make a single playlist for each song, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So because for Spotify, in the mobile version, yes, you're gonna have the ads, but you have ads. How do you call it? Every 6 songs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is it every 6 songs? I can't remember.
I think it is every 6 songs.
Every 6 songs, I think.
With how quickly the ads come, though, it seems way more.
Yeah. I think, you could try to bypass it if you have a playlist for every single song. If that makes sense.
Or,
if you have every song, like, if you have, like, let's say 50 songs in one playlist, and you play, you press shuffle automatically because it has to press shuffle, you won't get the song you specifically want, so you're gonna end up skipping, and then you have to end up going through the ads. Mm-hmm. But unless you want to go through this the stupid idea of having to make a single playlist for every single individual song, you could technically pick out the song you want.
Yeah, or you pick out the songs that you want to play ahead of time, add them all to a playlist, so that you don't have to worry about hitting shuffle, and then like a song plays where it's like you like the song but you're not in the mood to hear that song.
Yeah.
Which
Yep.
Oh no. So with about 5 minutes left, I just want to make one quick argument.
Oh my god.
Which, in your experience with Spotify, how good is it at shuffling?
For shuffling, there's been some controversy in whether the shuffling is really randomized, because sometimes people would randomize their music. However, the same song will play the second time sometimes, but that was beforehand because AI and stuff. But for the shuffling on my end, I feel like, since I don't really have large playlists, I usually have my favorite songs in and different specific playlists, just in case of the mood and stuff like that. I think the shuffling's been okay in my end. There's never been a time where the wrong song plays at the wrong time. Yeah.
Well, in my experience, I think Apple's better, just because this is gonna sound crazy, but I don't want to be that person, but I'll bring this up because a lot of people are gonna be like, well, how is it such an issue for you with music? This is coming from a guy who has close to right now 1,400 songs in one playlist, and that's just my playlist for all my music, right? There will be times where I hit shuffle because I just want to hear any and all the music I have, and Spotify would literally play one artist for 5 songs straight, and then I would hit shuffle again, and then it would still be the same kind of artist over and over, and I'm like, there's no variety. I'm shuffling because I want variety. And I guess you could say it's a oh my gosh, what is it called? Double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword on Apple, because I truly get randomized, but then it leaves me kind of if it leads me to a long period of skipping songs, because it's I think the one up I'll give with Apple is that it truly does randomize. But the up I'll give to Spotify is that Spotify knows how to follow a general trend, Spotify will follow a general trend, noticing the songs that are playing. I guess you could, or it sets up a list of songs that kind of follow the same sort of mood or genre, Whereas Apple, I find myself skipping a lot more just because it goes from playing one song that its
Right.
level is higher, in terms of I don't know if you want to say mood or something. And again, this might just be my fault for the way my plays are, but I can play let's say a hyped rock song, and then because of how it's really random, Apple shuffles the music when you play it. I don't know where it gives me a really slow song, and then I don't know where it's a medium song, then a slow song, then a high energy song. Basically, my playlist is bipolar, so.
It'd be like that.
And it seems like a lot of the issues I'm having are more of my fault than really the app's fault.
I think it's just based off of personal preference at the end of the day.
Alright, so about 1:30 left, Dominic. I want to first off thank you again for making time within your busy schedule to join us for another recording. I really enjoyed this argument. I hope it allows. I hope we kind of show people, the goods and sort of bads of each app. Especially because, I feel like a lot of people do go between the two. Of what's better, which one should I get? Which one should I spend the $10 on?
Yeah.
So hopefully this provides a little bit of insight for people. So with about a minute left, any closing words, Dominic?
I would like to say that the application called Audio Mac is actually better than Spotify and Apple combined, because you basically get every song for free, no ads. You can download songs for offline free use, and you don't have to pay anything. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for joining us. And I've been Jack.
I'm done.
And we thank you for joining us for another episode of the Rule 34 podcast. And remember, if it exists, we have an opinion on it. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Or actually, I'll talk with Mr. Solis. We might see you this Monday for an episode on Hell in a Cell. Thank you all for joining us, and see you next time.